Hello friends, how are you doing? Today we will go through details about Sri Aurobindo, his spiritual experiences, showing connect with Swami Vivekananda and Paramhansa Ramakrishna. Aurobindo Ghosh was born in Kolkata, Bengal Presidency, India on 15th August 1872 in a Bengali family in the Hooghly district of present-day West Bengal. He studied abroad and at age of 21 returned to India after declining ICS even though well qualified for it. In 1907, at the Surat session of Congress where moderates and extremists had a major showdown, he led along with extremists along with Bal Gangadhar Tilak. In 1907-1908, Aurobindo travelled extensively to Pune, Bombay, Baroda to firm up support for the nationalist cause, giving speeches and meeting with groups. He was arrested again in May 1908 in connection with the Alipore bomb case. He was acquitted in the ensuing trial. Aurobindo was subsequently released after a year of isolated incarceration. During this period of 1 year in the Alipore jail, his view of life was radically changed due to his spiritual experiences and realizations there. Consequently, his aim went far beyond the service and liberation of the country. He had many occult and spiritual experiences in jail, including a vision of Sri Krishna as all-pervading. Once he mentions, "I strove long for the realization of yoga, and at last, to some extent, I had it. But in what I most desired, I was not satisfied." Then, in the seclusion of the jail, of the solitary cell, I asked for it again. I said, "Give me thy Adesh. I do not know what work to do or how to do it. Give me a message." In the communion of yoga, two messages came to me. First, I have given you a work and it is to help to uplift this nation. Before long the time will come when you will have to go out of jail. For it is not my will that this time either you should be convicted or that you should pass the time as others have to do in suffering for their country. I have called you to work and that is the Adesh for which you have asked. I give you the Adesh to go forth and do my work. Second, something has been shown to you in this year of seclusion, something about which you had your doubts, and it is the truth of the Hindu religion. It is this religion that I am raising up before the world. It is this that I have perfected and developed through the rishis, saints and avatars. And now it is going forth to do my work among the nations. I am raising up this nation to send forth my work. I am giving them, India, freedom for the service of the world. When therefore it is said that India shall rise, it is Sanatan Dharma that shall rise. When it is said that India shall be great, it is the Sanatan Dharma that shall be great. When it is said that India shall expand and extend herself, it is the Sanatan Dharma that shall expand and extend itself over the world. It is for the Dharma and by the Dharma that India exists. When Sri Aurobindo had returned to India at the age of 21, after a stay of 14 years in England, and took to study Indian culture and life, he came under the influence of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda through their sayings and writings. Not many are aware of the part played by Swami Vivekananda in the life and work of Sri Aurobindo. In fact, none at all knew of it till Aurobindo himself revealed this part and its significance in a biographical note written during later years, and few of them in his talks with disciples. Sri Aurobindo, it will be recalled, had no human guru as such, though he received important help from different sources on different occasions. and one of these was unexpected guidance and direction received from Vivekananda, long after Vivekananda had left his body in 1902. Sri Aurobindo mentions of his contact with Vivekananda on 2 occasions. Note that there was no meeting between them at all during the lifetime of Vivekananda. The first occasion was when Sri Aurobindo was practicing pranayam, which started in 1904 after 2 years of Vivekananda's samadhi. He says, "I had direct experience of Vivekananda's presence when I was practicing Hatha Yoga. I felt his presence behind and watching over me. That exerted a great influence afterwards in my life." The second was when Sri Aurobindo was in the Alipore jail 1908-1909. By that time, Sri Aurobindo had already attained the realization of the silent, spaceless and the timeless Brahman, the state of Nirvana. Sri Aurobindo related, "But even then, I did not ask for this new experience. But the truth of supermind was put into me. I had no idea of supermind when I started, and for long it was not clear to me. It was the spirit of Vivekananda who visited me in Alipore jail for 2 weeks and gave me a clue in the direction of supermind." Aurobindo mentions this in one of his recorded conversations. "It was the spirit of Vivekananda who first gave me a clue in the direction of supermind. This clue led me to see how the truth consciousness works in everything." Did he know about the supermind? He didn't say supermind. Supermind is my own word. He just said to me, "This is this is that," and so on. That was how he proceeded, by pointing and indicating. He visited me for 15 days in Alipore jail, and until I could grasp the whole thing, he went on teaching me and impressed upon my mind the working of the higher consciousness, the truth, consciousness in general, which leads towards the supermind. He would not leave until he had put it all into my head." Was that a vision? No, it was not a vision. I would not have trusted a vision. Do gurus come in that way and give teachings? Why not? That is the traditional experience from ancient times. Any number of gurus give initiation after their death. Vivekananda was exact and precise even in the minutest details of his explanations. That is very interesting. He has nowhere in his books or conversations spoken of those things. Could his spirit know after death what he didn't know in his life? Why not? He may have got it afterwards. But either he may not have known in life, or else he may have known and kept silent. A yogi doesn't say all that he knows. He says only what is necessary. The voice spoke only in a special and limited but very important field of spiritual experience, and it ceased as soon as it had finished saying all that it had to say on that subject. Sri Ramakrishna's occult contact with Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo never met Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa as well in physical life, but he did gain contact through the occult planes with the latter, as is adduced from various written works. For example, Sri Aurobindo notes 3 instances when he received messages from Ramakrishna Paramhansa. The first message was in Baroda. "Aurobindo, mandir karo. Aurobindo, build a temple." The second was given in Shankar Chetty's house soon after the arrival in Pondicherry, and the words are lost. But it was a direction to form the higher being in the lower self, coupled with a promise to speak once more when the sadhan was nearing its close. And the third message was, "Make complete sannyas of karma. Make complete sannyas of thought. Make complete sannyas of feeling. This is my last utterance." Sri Aurobindo mentioned his influence of Ramakrishna and Vivekananda many a times. In a letter that is sent to Motilal Roy dated August 1912, he says, "Remember also that we derive from Ramakrishna. For myself, it was Ramakrishna who personally came and first turned me to this yoga. Vivekananda in the Alipore jail, again, not physically, but in the occult plane, gave me the foundations of that knowledge which is the basis of our sadhana." As a tribute to Vivekananda, he would say, "Vivekananda was a soul of puissance. If ever there was one, a very lion among men. We perceive his influence still working gigantically. We know not well how, we know not well where, in something that is not yet formed, something leonine, grand, intuitive, upheaving, that has entered the soul of India. And we say, behold, Vivekananda still lives in the soul of his mother and in the souls of his children." The aura of Sri Aurobindo had been overpowering to all who knew him, visited him, or read of him. Rabindranath says, "Years ago, I saw Aurobindo in the atmosphere of his earlier heroic youth, and I sang to him, 'Aurobindo, accept the salutations from Rabindranath.' Today, I saw him in a deeper atmosphere of a reticent richness of wisdom, and again I sang to him in silence, 'Aurobindo, accept the salutations from Rabindranath.'" How does one describe or speak about such a personality? Sri Aurobindo has been called a scholar, a literary critic, a philosopher, a revolutionary, a poet, a yogi, and a rishi. He was all these and much more. To have even a glimpse of a true Sri Aurobindo, we have to turn to the mother. She says, what Sri Aurobindo represents in the world's history is not a teaching, not even a revelation. It is a decisive action direct from the Supreme. Such was Aurobindo. I hope you like the story. It clearly shows Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramhansa, Sri Aurobindo, and many more are still guiding us from the subtle to make the world a better place to live in. To like, share, subscribe this subtle, hidden and inspirational story with your friends or any other interested audience and spread the joy. Do not forget to press the bell icon's all option to get notified for the next content in time. Till the next content, be happy, be blessed. Thank you.